Hello and welcome back. Today we will configure a high availability Fortigate firewall. We have two Fortigate firewalls and two Cisco switches. This is our internet. And we will configure an interface configuration. Then we will configure a DNS. Then we will configure an static routing and a firewall policy. Then we will configure the HA. So let us start. This is our first Fortigate device. We will come to the settings, configure the host name. Let us configure the interfaces. This will be our port 1. We will make it manual and then click OK. Then we will configure port 3. 3 and 4 will be our HA. HA-1. Then click OK. Port 2 will be our LAN. IP address will be 10.10.10.1/24. And we will configure a DHCP server. Click OK. This is our port 4. It will be HA-2. Let's come to our DNS. Let's configure on static routing. Let us configure firewall policy. Incoming interface will be our port 2, which is the LAN, and outgoing will be port 1. Source will be all. Destination will be all. Schedule will be always. And service will be all. We have to enable the NAT. We have to create a reserve policy. Port 1, port 2. We have to disable the NAT. We don't need any NAT here. So now we have configured the interfaces in the DNS, in the routing, and a firewall policy. Now let us configure the HA. This will be active and a passive. This will be 100. This device will be the master, and this device will be the slave. We will give a name, and we will change the password. Session pickup, we have to enable it. Monitoring interfaces will be our port 1 and port 2. The heartbeat interfaces will be our HA1 and HA2. Here, port 3 will be 500 and more parametric interface. We don't need a management interface reservation for now for this video, and we don't need any unit class heartbeats. Then click OK. So port 1 and port 2 is our monitoring, and port 3 and port 4 is our heartbeating. This is the master device. Let's come to our second device. We will not configure any much configuration in this device. We will go to the settings. Change the host name. And timeout will be TAD, and our theme will be blue. So let's come to the network. We will only configure port 1 as a manual. Click OK. And then we will configure HA. Any configuration on this device will be synchronized or duplicated in this device, Fortigate device 2. So let us configure the HA will be active and passive. This will be 50. Group name will be the same, and the password will be the same. We have to enable the session pickup. Monitor interface will be our port 1 and port 2, which is the LAN and the WAN. Heartbeat interfaces will be the port 3 and port 4, which is HA1 and HA2. This will be the highest parametric. We don't need to enable the management interface or the unit class. Then click OK. As you can see, this is the second device. It will take some time to be green. Will take another IP address. Let's come here and wait. Let's verify if the PCs are getting the IP, the DHCP from the IP address. Yes, this is 10.10.10.1, and this is 10.10.3. Let us check if we can ping the internet. Yes. Let's check on this host size. We have an internet connection. We can ping the internet. So you can see port 2 is an static, and this is the IP address of port 2. So will be admin will take some time to you can see it's green, it's enabled here. Let us log in again. It's taking the same IP address of the master device, but as you can see, we have port 2 static. This is the IP address of port 1, port 2. So now let us shut down the master. Let's come to the dashboard. The admin. Now we have logged in our second device. They are taking the same IP address. So you can see everything being duplicated here. Let us ping. This device is down. So let us ping, check the internet. Let's come to the settings. So now this is the device. This is how to configure an HA and high ability. Let us shut down this device. And let us turn on this device. So now we have turned on device 1. This is our HA stats. So guys, this is how to configure an interface configuration and the DNS and a routing and a firewall policy. And the HA, as you can see, this is how configure it. We have configured the DNS and a routing and a firewall policy. Thank you so much.